A while back, we reviewed a Cougar case that looked, wow, just simply different than what you expect from any other brand in general, but that was Cougar Omni X. But right here we have a MIDI tower that actually isn't a regular MIDI tower. We're going to talk today about Cougar Gaming CFV235 MESH Vision, and you have loads of iteration of this case coming in black and white, mesh, non-mesh, vision, non-vision, and well, basically it just goes into all different segments. But the cool thing about this case is that the vision part has this 9.16-inch IPS TFT LCD screen, which is of course modified through their software, and we have another LCD screen inside the case, which is coming from Poseidon Vistec Pro 360 addressable RGB, this time in white. It also comes in black, so you can pair it up quite nicely because they both have the Unity 360. As you can see, it has it right here, and you have it on the AIO. Now, this case is packed with fans. You have 6 fans, 2 160 at the front, the Unity 360 here at the, well, it's not a power supply shroud, and I'll get to that part, and you have 120 here at the rear. Now, the design is really cool because, as you can see, the power supply shroud is separated from the main compartment, and the separation comes in quite cool design because you have a sort of a dust filter here on top, which is magnetically attached, and it has this shiny part that helps this LED, which is additionally placed because it comes in a separated accessory box. It gets additional shine here, which is quite cool. And then when you move it a bit further back, you have another dust filter for the Unity 360 fans, which is quite cool. Of course, the front also has the front perforated mesh steel, and then the inner part has a dust filter, which is also magnetic. So you're packed with dust filters. The top is only and specifically perforated steel mesh, and the side as well. But in the mesh version, which comes with the front 2 160, right, what I mentioned, you don't have the option to place 2 120 on the side because the mesh version comes with dual 160, and the non-mesh version comes with tempered glass and the side possibility to place 2 120. So what's it all about? Regarding this case, it has this double compartment, and we saw something similar already with GameMax N90. Now, that case didn't have a solid solution for cable management, not at the back, but between the compartments. And it's not a problem when we're going with motherboard going at the back and then everything all together. It was actually components connected with the power supply. And this is done quite nicely because you have this part, which is completely separated. Then we have the power supply shroud part, and the cables go somewhere here in between. They are possible to connect quite nicely. You can do outstanding cable management, but they're not visible in this segment right here, which is 2 centimeters of distance and gets quite nice airflow intake from this part. So that is solved. That is visually appealing, and that's great. Now, moving forward, we have this nice tempered glass here on the side and on the front, talking about the LCD screen here, and we have the I/O ports, which come with power on button, reset button, 3.5mm 4-pole jack, USB Type-C, and 2 USB 3.0. Then when we move forward, the compatibility and possibility for the inner part, we have 2 140 or 3 120 at the top, 2 160 at the front, 3 120 at the bottom, and 1 120 at the rear. We're talking about the fans. For the radiator support, 1 120 at the rear, and 240, 280, or 360 at the top. Regarding the compatibility for and dimensions for the components, 400mm for the GPU, 175 for the CPU cooler height, and 200mm for the power supply. Now, going with the power supply shroud and the whole combination at the back, the power supply actually can go, I think it could go longer, because you have the whole of this space totally clear. The only thing that is basically in a way is the hard drive cage. And it can accommodate 2 3.5-inch hard drives, one in a caddy and one placed at the top, or in a combination with 4 2.5-inch SSDs. Then you can't use those 2 3.5-inch hard drives. So you can either go with 4 2.5-inch SSDs, 2 are located behind the motherboard and 2 in the caddy, or 2 plus 2, or yeah, that you get the picture, right? And then we go at the back. We have 38mm of clearance for the cable management because this case supports back connect as well. So this is outstanding because you can go with an even cleaner visual aspect and still have a nice cable management at the back. You have 3 Velcro ties for the main middle part for the 24-pin cable and everything all together. And of course, what you also have is a side part for EPS cables near the SSD bracket. So the cable management is outstanding. You have the option to really go bonkers and organize everything nicely. And that's not all, because these two 160 fans are connected with pogo pins. So you have 2 screws that you remove, one on top, one at the bottom, and you simply push the fans to the front towards you, and you get the option to remove the magnetic dust filter, to remove the fans, and you see the connection. The connection for the two 160 fans is with pogo pins, and they're directly connected PWM and addressable RGB. The same thing for the fan at the rear and for the Unity 360 at the addressable RGB and PWM hub at the back. You have 6 ports for both connections, and you do need to connect SATA power directly to your power supply to actually power everything up. Dedicated PWM header for the rotation of the fans needs to be connected to the motherboard, and addressable RGB 3.5 volts header also needs to be connected to the motherboard to synchronize everything, even though you have that button that doesn't have to be a reset button. It can be a possibility to change colors if you don't have 5 volts addressable RGB header on your motherboard. And that kind of sums it all up regarding the case, I think. The cool visual aspect, the CFV, actually stands for Central Floating Ventilation Structure, which divides the power supply shroud, the cabin, and the main chamber, which gives you an option for incredible airflow. Now, the one thing that I skipped is that the power supply needs to be flipped on the other side, so the fan is at the top. This is because the power supply and the whole bottom part is actually flat on the table, except for those small legs that keep the metal part touching your table, right? This happens because, well, basically, the power supply can take the air through this part right here. It's not taking any hot air from the middle chamber because these fans are an intake as well. So nothing will happen. The power supply won't heat up. You won't have any issues. So you're good to go with that scenario. Regarding the screen, it's 9.16-inch square LCD IPS TFT display, which has quite nice resolution, 1920 x 462 with 60 Hz. Now, operational control software or Cougar LCD editor is quite straightforward, I have to admit. The only thing that I have to mention regarding the software and the LCD is that it doesn't have that much presets. So the VSTEC Pro has like 7, 8, 9 presets, and this one has only 1. But regardless of that, you can add PNG, GIFs, JPEGs, MP4, and really customize the screen to your liking, even with custom graphs, which give you an option to get information like GPU load, GPU temperature, GPU clock speed. Same thing for the CPU, thermals load, clock speed, and you can position literally everything precisely, even though when you look at the video that I'm showing you right now, when you're moving each square like text, font, or whatever with the mouse, it doesn't go into exact position. But then you go to the editor on the side, where you can actually place the numbering, the text, the graphs to a specific location, which will give you much more precise coordination with the texts and with basically anything that you place over there. So the only minus that I do have to say, it only has 1 preset, and that's it. Regarding the VSTEC Pro, it's a new AIO from them, and I wanted to pair it up because it fits quite nicely. Both have Unity 360 addressable RGB here at the top and here at the bottom. It pairs up really nice, and I really wanted to show you guys because this AIO has the same software used to adjust the screen. And I really wanted to check that out because you have to have a separated software for this LCD on the case, and you don't have to have a separated software for the AIO, which is quite cool, I do have to admit. I don't know if I'm missing something, but in general, everything is really plug and play, straightforward. No screws. You remove the side, the tempered glass and side steel panel and top panel exclusively with pegs. And the one thing I do have to mention, actually, here on the top you have a sticker that says do not press too hard, don't place heavy objects, which is kind of obvious. You're not going to, I don't know, sit on your gaming PC or anything similar to that. And then again, the case does come with additional stands here, that you remove, because if you don't remove them, you can't place this LED strip here at the bottom. So when you place the LED strip, you can't place back those standoffs, and to be honest, they really look hideous. When I was recording the B-roll initial without anything inside the case, you can see that they don't align properly, so they're just here to keep the structure fixed while in the shipping process, and that's basically it. I mean, the case looks outstanding. It fits really nice with the VizTech Pro, and altogether a quite nice combination in visual aspect. Now, we need to check out the benchmarks to get some sort of a comparison, and we're having, as I said, the Poseidon VizTech Pro addressable RGB 360. This is in white, you have it also in black, and the CFV235 Mesh Vision. You already know all the versions. Cooling down the AMD Ryzen 9 7900X 3D, and for the GPU we have Palit GeForce RTX 5070 White OC. Going with the CPU in the 64 Extreme Edition, we have 85 degrees, clock speed is 4775 megahertz, and the GPU is at 55. To be honest, the GPU, it can't heat up. I mean, you have basically 4 fans blowing directly inside towards the GPU, and the other 4 fans cooling down the processor. So yeah, there's nothing left to add. Regarding the thermals for the CPU, it's a nice solid average, so I can't say anything against that. But we move forward with Cinebench R23. 10 runs on average, we get 80.2 degrees Celsius on the CPU, which is really good, I do have to admit. And the clock speed is 4955 megahertz, with the Cinebench score at 26,397. And to be honest, of course, it doesn't reflect the complete performance of the case, because there are better AAOs 360 in general, and there are worse AAOs 360, of course. And in this, I would say this AAO goes a bit above average, and that's quite solid, because 26,400 is really great, and the case can perform better if you go with a stronger AAO, of course. And as I stated, there are better, there are worse. So I would say it does perform quite nicely, quite loads of fans, stock, which is great. LCD screen, 9.16 inch, IPS TFT LCD, which is possible to adjust specifically to your liking, or you could go with single preset, but still you can modify that one as well. We have the VizTech Pro, which also has loads of presets, loads of possibilities to adjust everything. The only thing that I do have to mention about the VizTech Pro, it has a different orientation of mounting for Intel and AMD, which did surprise me at one point, because as you can see, in AMD you have the tubes on the side. For Intel, the tubes go at the bottom part. So yeah, that's the only thing that I can say. Altogether, an outstanding build. You saw, the only thing that I have something to say about is the preset. That's it. Honestly, everything else is well thought through, well designed. Final finish is epic, and I can say that this case deserves a PC Crazy approved and creative badge, just because of the separation, the visual aspect, the airflow intake, cable management, everything, just everything. The links for the CFV235 Vision Mesh Vision, and the VizTech Pro, Poseidon VizTech Pro, sorry, Poseidon VizTech Pro are in the description, and as many combination of colors and editions that I can find, so you don't have to search the web too much. And that'll be all for today, guys. If you like the video, if you like the case, if you like the AAO, LCD screen, or the whole combination of the build, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell, and I'll see you quite shortly in a new one. Thanks, bye bye.